America. And this is also in Northville as well. And we just had our state competition and we qualified to go to the national competition. So our event was called Community Awareness, and we strive to spread awareness on the detrimental effects of sleep deprivation, which is so prevalent in high school students today. Okay, so most of you would be around the age group of 14 to 17-year-olds, and you guys should be getting around 8 to 10 hours of sleep, according to the National Sleep Foundation. So who actually gets that much sleep per night? I see no hands. So you can see that as students who strive for academic performance and tests and studying, we lack sleep.
As Jane said, sleep is very important for our health. While your body is sleeping, your body is busy clearing waste chemicals from your brain and just purifying your bloodstream. And research shows that after people sleep, they retain information much better than if they had slept less. So what this means for you students is that sleeping that one more hour per night instead of studying will actually increase your test scores. A Harvard study shows that a person who has gone for even one night without sleep is as bad as a legally intoxicated individual. And the lack of sleep has been implicated as playing a significant role in many tragic accidents, including airplane crashes, car crashes, and etc.
So the fun fact is that you will die from sleep deprivation before food deprivation. It takes you about 10 days to die from lack of sleep, and compared to 2 weeks from starving.
Okay, so now we'll be talking about the effects of sleep deprivation. Okay, so when you don't get enough sleep, you can't think clearly, and you have a loss of focusing, which can be extremely hazardous on the road and also bad when you're at school. Also, you can have unstable emotions when you're sleep deprived, and this can cause depression, hallucination, suicidal thoughts, and overall unhappiness. Furthermore, you can actually gain weight when you're sleep deprived. In a study shown, people that sleep less than 6 hours a night, which is obviously not ideal as we need to get recommended 8 hours of sleep per night, are 30% more likely to become obese than those who actually get enough sleep.
So there are about 100,000 deaths per year from car crashes caused directly from driver's fatigue. So those are all directly caused by sleep deprivation, as you can't see things clearly, you can't think, right, and you have lowered reaction times. And talking about the gain weight, as you're sleeping, your body produces a hormone called leptin. It basically tells your brain that you've had enough to eat and that you should stop eating at this point. But if you don't get enough sleep, your body doesn't produce as much leptin as you should be. So then you would just continue to eat and eat and eat, which would essentially cause gain weight.
Sleep deprivation and the effects of sleep deprivation have been estimated to cost the U.S. over $100 billion annually as a direct result of lost productivity, medical expenses, sick leave, and property damage. And a really important thing, especially around the winter time, is that the lack of sleep will increase your chances of contracting an illness such as a cold or the flu.
More drastic effects will be your cardiovascular health, and it would also cause diabetes and more severe diseases. So eventually your body will learn how to manage with really fewer hours of sleep, but it will definitely be detrimental to you in the future.
Now, there are some ways that will help you maintain a healthy sleep schedule. One of them, especially for teenagers nowadays, is to only drink caffeine in the morning. It's because coffee has a 6-hour half-life, which means it takes a full 24 hours for it to be washed out of your system. So if you drink it close to your bedtime, either coffee or any other drinks with caffeine, this will hamper your chances of being able to fall asleep. And it's also important to avoid using electronics at night because these devices emit a kind of light called blue light, which halts the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that regulates your sleep schedule. And then if you must use these electronics, either for homework or late night studying, be sure to add a filter or an app that reduces the amount of blue light emitted.
Okay, so these are other ways to counter sleep deprivation, and one of them is to wake up at a consistent time. So it's important to have a sleep schedule or sleep pattern, and make sure that instead of sleeping at 10 p.m. one night and 1 a.m. the next, making sure that you sleep at a regular time, at maybe 10 p.m. every single night or around then. And if you really are sleep deprived, you had to study for a major test and didn't get any sleep, the next day you should nap it off. And this will help fight the sleepiness and the effects, the short-term effects of sleep deprivation. Make sure you do not take a nap more than 15 minutes. Because according to a sleep specialist that works at the Detroit Receiving Hospital that we visited to gain more clarification on information, sleeping more than 15 minutes can actually harm you because you go into a deep sleep, which is hard to wake up from.
Some alternative solutions include head massages with warm oil. I know many of us think of this as kind of gross, but just remember in the morning you can just wash it off. And also warm milk, drinking warm milk with warm sugar at night will make your brain feel sleepy and the sugar will make your mind feel heavy, and this also helps you fall asleep. And then if sleep deprivation or other sleep disorders continue in your lifestyle, be sure to see a sleep specialist, because these are trained doctors that are trained in helping you with your sleep disorders.
Although sleep disorder is really different from sleep deprivation, you really have to seek help when you need it. That's the most important thing. So, according to National Sleep Foundation poll, more than 87% of high school students in America get far less than the recommended 8 to 10 hours. And as a high school student myself, I manage with 4 to 5 hours of sleep every night. But it really is important that you think about what are some effects and how you can counter it by a few ways that we've